Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
Frigid temperatures, gusty winds, and intense snowfall are all in the forecast tonight, with Mother Nature's target set on northwest Montana. Winds already knocking down power poles and trees in Whitefish and Columbia Falls. Winter storm warnings now in effect, with heavy snow in those higher elevations and some treacherous road conditions in the Flathead Valley. Good evening. I'm Jill Valley.
And I'm Dennis Bragg. It is a mess already in parts of the state. Reduced visibility will be a big factor for motorists in northwest Montana as the storm moves in with this blowing and drifting snow.
So for the latest on our expanded winter weather advisories and that winter storm warning, let's turn it over now to Chief Meteorologist Aaron Yost. Aaron.
Yeah, things obviously very active out there this evening, and we all have to thank this Arctic cold front for it. Right now, though, quite the opposite in the Bitterroot Valley. Missoula, our turn is coming as well. This taken in Hamilton earlier today, our first Security Bank ICAM, where we have seen near record high temperatures out ahead of this Arctic front. Now, it does continue to slowly push off towards the south and the west. Obviously, it's made it through the Flathead Valley right now. By last check, it is pushing towards the southern part of Flathead Lake, westward into Helmville, Avon, Elliston as well. Here's a look where we have that winter storm warning in effect. This is through 11 p.m. tonight. However, beyond that, we're going to see a winter weather advisory carry us into the rest of Friday morning with the rest of western Montana. Again, not necessarily for a bunch of snow, but more so very treacherous road conditions out there with the blowing and drifting and a flash freeze once that cold air arrives. More details coming up.
All right, Aaron, thanks so much. To keep an eye on the changing conditions in western Montana, you can download the KPAX Storm Tracker weather app to get on-the-go forecasts from our Storm Tracker weather team. It is a free download in your app store. The avalanche danger has been hiked to high in northwest Montana now. The Flathead Avalanche Center in Hungry Horse has issued a backcountry avalanche warning for the Flathead Range and Glacier National Park. Very dangerous avalanche conditions exist, and travel in avalanche terrain is not recommended. You know, slides can run long distances. They can run into mature forest, valley floors, or flat terrain, so you need to be careful.
In Missoula, City Council plans to update the city's smoking ordinance, adding e-cigarettes to the list of products that can't be used in public places. The popularity of electronic cigarettes used for vaping or as a replacement for regular cigarettes has been growing in recent years, but until now, the city's smoking regulations haven't specifically dealt with new technology. The Montana Clean Indoor Air Act, which went into effect in 2005, required indoor spaces to be smoke-free, but exempted bars, casinos, and taverns. However, that changed to include all businesses 9 years ago. Health Department officials are recommending the council change the current rules to not only ban electronic smokes used for vaping, but give business owners the right to ban them within 25 feet of their entryways.
So that really allows those business owners to reduce the amount of exposure to secondhand smoke that might be filtered into their business, that maybe their patrons might experience when they're walking in and out of the door. So it really kind of allows a nice public health message for business owners here in Missoula.
There will be a public hearing on the changes before the full City Council on February 26th.
A Kalispell man pulled over for a routine traffic stop is in the hospital after he stabbed himself in the neck. Flathead County Sheriff Chuck Curry reported around 9 o'clock today in the morning. A deputy initiated a traffic stop east of Evergreen on Highway 2. The deputy ran the driver's name and found he was wanted on a misdemeanor warrant. When he returned to the vehicle, the male had a large knife to his throat. At that time, the sheriff's deputy called for backup. Negotiations began and continued until just after 11 o'clock this morning when the man in the vehicle stabbed himself in the neck. The man went to the hospital immediately because Evergreen Fire and Rescue was on the scene to administer aid. The 24-year-old went to Kalispell Regional Medical Center. It does not appear that he has life-threatening injuries. In the Bitterroot tonight, Ravalli County Commissioners won't revoke a letter of support for a bill calling for 5 tracts of Montana to be released as wilderness study areas, but the board says they'll continue to welcome input as they monitor the progress of the legislation that's being sponsored by Senator Steve Daines. Commissioners faced hundreds of people, as we showed you yesterday, as they agreed to take comment on a letter supporting the Daines bill, which they'd already written a few months ago. Most were critical of the proposal to lift the wilderness study area designation for some forest lands, including the Sapphire and Blue Joint WSAs on the Bitterroot National Forest. However, some told the board that after 40 years it was time for the lands to be released and return to normal national forest status. Commissioners opted to leave the letter in place, but say they'll continue to listen to input on the WSA issue. And Commissioner Jeff Burrows says it's false to say the board's letter was developed without any public input.
kind of went through the process we normally go through. And so I think there was a little bit of misinformation out there, and we kind of heard that over and over again, that we didn't take public comment or allow public input into our decision on the letter. And that was just untrue.
And Burroughs tells me the county's collaborative committee is also welcome to work on the Wilderness Study Area question and the Danes bill independently and provide additional input to the county commissioners. A Lake County judge is ordering the Flathead Joint Board of Control to disband, saying the board, which had controlled irrigation in the Mission Valley, is no longer a legal entity. The FJBC has been the scene of turmoil, lawsuits, and controversy the past several years while final work was being done on the proposed Flathead Water Compact. The panel was originally formed in 1981 to combine the efforts of local irrigation districts in the Flathead, Mission, and Jocko districts to manage water from the Flathead River system. But fighting erupted as the board was attempting to deal with the proposed water compact with the Confederated Salish and Kootenai tribes. The board fractured, but then was reformed after a controversial vote in 2013. Since the formal reorganization in May of 2014, the FJBC has spent upwards of $1 million on legal fees fighting adoption of the compact. Now, Lake County District Court Judge James Manley has ruled in favor of Mission Valley Irrigators United, saying the FJBC didn't follow Montana law when it restarted and has been operating illegally. In effect, that turns control of the water systems back over to the 3 individual irrigation districts.
If you've ever wanted an inside look at what it's like to be a law enforcement officer, now is your chance, because the Flathead County Sheriff's Office is currently accepting applications for the Citizens Police Academy. Starting in mid-April, courses will be held from 6 to 9 Tuesdays for 8 weeks. This Citizens Academy is taught by deputies and other members of the Sheriff's Office, each highlighting their individual area of expertise. During the 8-week academy, participants will learn about law enforcement operations ranging from patrol and investigations, emergency vehicle operations, and firearm procedures. Flathead County Sheriff Chuck Curry says participants will gain hands-on experience similar to what training the officers received. Curry says it will be a great chance for not only participants, but for local law enforcement.
One of the goals is to give them an inside look into law enforcement, to see what we deal with on a day-to-day basis, play a little bit with our technology, drive some of the cars, shoot some of the weapon systems. Just a chance for people to not just contribute to us and learn about it, but have some fun.
The Citizens Academy is open to any Flathead County resident who is 18 years or older. The cost is free, but space is limited. The applications will start to be accepted until March 2nd. For more information, you can go to KPAX.com and find out how to register.
Sperry Chalet, of course, a symbol of the Sprague fire that ripped through the park last year, and now there's a lot of concern about its future. After
the interior of the hikers' retreat was destroyed in that fire, the Glacier National Park Conservancy is looking forward to restoration. MTN's Mackenzie Frost takes a look at what those plans are looking like.
The Sperry Chalet is a staple in the history of not just Glacier National Park, but also the Great Northern Railway. First opening its doors in 1913, it was burned in the Sprague Fire of 2017. As the fire tore through the stone structure, the inside a total loss. But the stone walls stood tall. A structural evaluation was done.
14 hardy souls, about 10 days, and they camped out in the snow. They were super dedicated to be able to put in place 100 6x6 inch, 20-foot long timbers.
As the Glacier National Park Conservancy, the official fundraising partner for the park, prepares for the next steps in restoration, Doug Mitchell, executive director, says they will monitor Sperry throughout the winter, start cleaning the trails in June, and then the construction work will begin in 2019. These projects take money, and the Sperry Action Fund brought in more than $100,000 from all 50 states.
It really has been incredible how this has touched so many people.
But that money won't cover the next steps. Mitchell says he's ready to work together with anyone who wants to help.
It should be a public-private partnership, and we're ready to lead that.
Another unique partnership, the use of the Capitol Christmas tree from the Kootenai National Forest in the chalet. The 79-foot Engelmann spruce is ready to be milled, and Mitchell says one idea is to put it on display.
It would be the new mantelpiece for the large fireplace in the dormitory building, and that would just be such a terrific asset.
He says all of these plans will have input from the community. Mackenzie Frost, MTN News, Helena.
We'll have to head up there this summer and watch the progress as they rebuild that. Well, frigid temperatures, gusty winds, and some pretty intense snowfall are in the forecast for parts of western Montana. Aaron breaks it all down for us after the break.
And Governor Bullock says he's not ready to rush into a new contract with a private prison just yet. What that means for the state coming up after the break here on KPAX and KAJ.